putting it up. Good morning, everyone. A very inspiring talk by Mr. Sanjeev. Thanks a lot for that. And not only inspiring, aspirational, as well as very energetic. I will carry on with the notion. So instead of starting with an introduction, let's start with an imagination. And let's imagine all the appliances that you have in your house comes with a different style of a plug. You have a toaster in your house, you have a AC, you have a geyser, you have a mobile adapter, and all these things. What if all of them had different type of plugs? Okay, GPT became very imaginative and started with 5 pins and stuff. But what if it comes with a round pin? What if one of the plugs come with a square pin? Some comes with a flat pin. Just imagine the chaos that we will be in. There has to be a different socket for every plug. There has to be a different type of an input-output for every plug. We generally ignore and kind of overlook these small efforts that have been there for the last 50, 60, 100 years. But because somebody created an interoperable standard for this all hardwares, today we can create a toaster or an AC without thinking or worrying about how the power is going to come. So it looks like we have somehow cracked the hardware side of things in terms of standardization and interoperability. But today I'm going to talk about something called digital energy grid, which is more about how we can bring interoperability in the world of digital side of things. So if you look into today's energy world, you have one DISCOM who is supplying power to you. If you have to pay the bills, if you have to ask for a new solar connection, the procedures are not as easy as it is in other sectors. Imagine a telecom world, imagine buying a new SIM or buying even a new AC. It's very easy for us, right? We go to the website, we put an order for a AC, the AC is delivered to your household by evening. The installer comes in the next day, comes with the right accessories and equipments, install it, and you are basically live by the next day. But I'm not sure how many of you have tried, but if you have tried to buy a solar panel, if you want to become green, the aspiration, the journey that we should be in, it's very tedious. You have to go to probably 5 or 6 different orgs, institutions. You have to go to the DISCOM, you have to go to the bank, you have to go to the subsidy manager, you have to go to the manufacturers, installers, and then only you can do this small aspiration, you can make it happen. So we started thinking about this. Why is it so difficult when it comes to the digital side of things while the hardware has been cracked? And that's when we started thinking about this idea of digital energy grid. So who am I? I come from this small foundation led by these 3 gentlemen. They have been together from the days of Aadhaar, UPI, FASTag. We call it collectively the digital public infrastructure journey of India. I lead the energy story in the foundation. The foundation is called Foundation for Interoperability in Digital Economy. And we have also been, I missed the talks by Shan and Akhil, but we also have been the co-creators and co-partners in the journeys of Open Network for Digital Commerce, Namayatri, UEI, and many of this. So enough about us, but if I come back to the topic of what is digital energy grid, digital energy grid is an aspiration of how can we create one unified infrastructure, how can we create one internet for all energy interactions. Today you have internet where you don't have to worry whether somebody is plugging in a bank website or an e-commerce website or a mobility website. The internet doesn't care, right? It can accommodate everything and anything. But in the world of energy, in the world of many other industries per se, this is not true, right? So we are trying to create that energy internet, which we are calling digital energy grid. It's nothing but just a vision. It's an aspiration. It's a journey of creating one unified network. This is a vision that we have jointly published with IEA, who are in the industries. They will know International Energy Agency. They generally talk a lot about the how we are doing in the world of energy. They are not, they don't do a lot of visioning per se. They do a lot of reports and numbers, but they found too much of interest in this idea, and they said that okay, we want to co-write this vision with you guys. So this happened in this February. But what does it mean for us? The bigger question is, okay, you can access the vision paper in this QR code. The website is also very simple. It's basically energy.beaconprotocol.io. But what I want you to imagine is, and this is where you have to kind of jog with me and kind of imagine it, because the slide is not going to do justice of the story that I'm going to tell. So imagine Arjun, maybe sitting in Delhi. He has a electricity bill of 8,000 rupees, monthly 8,000 rupees, and he found out that, okay, solar panels, installing a solar panel is not only a step towards green, but it's also very economically suitable for me. So he wants to do that. But like I said, how can he get a solar panel installed on his rooftop? Let's say he has a rooftop, let's say he has a villa or a bungalow where he has an independent house. He has to go to a manufacturer, he has to go to an installer, he has to find out all the accessories, then he has to go to the net metering provider, the distribution company, say BACS Rajdhani in Delhi, and ask for, can I connect my solar panel? If I procure my solar panel, can I connect it to the grid? They will give you an in principle approval. With that in principle approval, he has to go to PM Surya Ghar Yojana if he wants to get the subsidy. With that in principle approval of the subsidy, he has to go to a bank if he wants to finance his buying. There will be certain set of NBFCs, there will be certain set of banks who can give him some offers. It's a cumbersome journey. Generally, it takes almost around 60 to 90 days in India from intent to delivery. There are many people, I'm sure many of them are here as well, Solar Square, Vikram Solar, who are trying to solve this problem. But imagine if there is one network where all these providers can connect themselves. Imagine an energy internet where all the manufacturers, all the installers, the person who is providing the subsidy, the NVFCs, the banks, the discoms, everybody can connect, and from the other side, a Arjun or a me or a regular you can go and find a one-stop shop, one place where you can get all the 5 or 6 things together. Imagine it like an e-commerce where you get the item, you got the delivery, you got the installation and everything at one place. So that's the thing that we are working towards. This vision is now currently being manifested by two companies called Vikram Solar and Solar Square. They are trying to create one network for all these providers, all these different kind of providers. Now imagine Arjun installed, or Ashanti, because there's a woman, a lady, she has installed the solar. Now she is going for a relative's house for next 3 or 4 days, and she has extra units of energy. She knows that the solar panel is going to produce 15 units per day, and she's not going to use it, but the solar panel is not going to stop, right? It's going to produce. So what does she do with that energy? One of the options is to send it back through the net meter or the gross meter, sell it to the grid at 2, 2.5 or 3 rupees, but it's not very attractive. Current frameworks don't allow you to sell it to anyone else, right, other than the grid. But imagine if I can sell that energy to one of my neighbors. I can sell it to a neighbor who wants to charge his or her EV with green energy. I can sell it to a green building in the vicinity who has the aspiration of becoming NZE in 10 years. I can sell it to even a flour mill who is looking for a better rate because the commercial tariffs are too high for him. So this type of things are only possible when you can bring all these interactors, all these actors together in one common network, and that's pretty much the vision of DEG. Fortunately, India has now come up with the policy of this we call in technical terms peer-to-peer trading. So we have come with the policy of peer-to-peer trading in 4 states, namely Kerala, UP, Delhi, and Karnataka is also one of the states. So these are the 3-4 things that you will probably find in the digital energy grid vision paper that I talked about. There are more, there are some 8-10 use cases that if you guys are interested, you can go through. Question is, are these only visions and ideas? No, these are already happening. Like I said, the first story is being done by Vikram Solar. I have also Akhil and others who are working on the peer-to-peer energy story. There are companies like Trelectric, Cripsy, who are working towards that. All these guys have come together. There are almost 50 plus companies who have come together to make this vision and into action. So Unified Energy Interface, UEI, which probably Akhil has also talked about, is a manifestation of this vision. Is a happening, making this happen in the jurisdiction of India. It is being driven by the Alliance, UEI Alliance, which is a consortium of 50 plus organizations. They have done almost 3.4 million transactions over the last 1.5 years. It's 16 plus gigawatt hours of total energy dispensed. There are many use cases that they are making happen. So all these cases are either live or kind of going to get live in the next 1 month. EV charging, solarization, P2P trading, demand response, and so on. So my request to all of you guys is go through the paper. I know we may be in different businesses and different parts of the economy, but all of us in some way or other always are guzzling energies. We are always producing, consuming, storing energies. knowingly or unknowingly, even the cell phone that you carry in your pocket is a store, is a battery for energy. So read out the vision. If you find it interesting, feel free to join us, feel free to pick up the idea and run with it, because Beacon Protocol or the DEG, all these things are basically open source. It's not hoarded by us, it's not an idea that we are carrying, it's basically open source out there. Anybody wants to build on top can go ahead and build on top, or you can of course write us, we'll be more than happy to guide you and work with you. Till then, cheers. Thank you.